Nick, Josh, congratulations. You guys are in the third and final round of this competition. Now, when you came here, you faced really tough challenges that escalated throughout the first 2 rounds. Now we're sending you back to your home forges to recreate this iconic weapon from history. The Zanmadao.
Holy this thing is huge. Today I gotta try and figure out forging on this blade. I've never made anything as big as this before, so it'll be a unique challenge. This is what I'm starting with. Big old piece of 5160. My forge only has about 18 inches. It'll just be working on it a little bit at a time. Try and keep it simple and get something drawn out to size. This thing is gonna be gigantic. Damn. We got the length. It's a good start. End of day 1. I got the whole blade forged out to a real rough shape. The plan for tomorrow is to get to the quench by the end of the day.
Yesterday, I was able to get the blade shaped to where I want it. Now I can get busy grinding and hopefully, by the end of the day, to get it quenched. This is going to be a day filled with attention to detail. This is the most nerve-wracking part. This is kind of the make or break moment. So, get it in the oil, perfect. I pull it out. I didn't get a curve on it. I need it to have a curve on it because that will allow it to function the way it needs to. I've got to stick it back in the fire and I've got to get it quenched. This is not what I wanted to have happen. So here we go again, quench number 2. It didn't break. Best off, there's a little bit of a curve in it. Day 2 was an adventure. Pretty happy with where I'm sitting right now. So what I'm hoping to have done tomorrow is get the guard fitted up and be ready for the final day of fit and finish.
Morning of day 2. Goal for today is to get everything heat treated. Doing about everything I can to try and get it as even as possible, but here we go. Coming out of the quench is going to be a real challenge, so I clamp it down in some 2x4s. The idea here is to help try and keep it as straight as I can while it cools. End of day 2. Have a quenched blade. So far, so good.
I'm doing okay, a little tired. Coffee and hate, that's what I'm fueled by. Just kidding, just coffee this morning. The sword looks phenomenal. Now I can really start focusing on the fit and finish. So I'm gonna start working on my guard. After a lot of file work, I get the guard fit right up to the shoulders. It looks perfect. Now it's time to start securing everything. That seam there, I'll fill with a piece of cord, and then that's gonna be wrapped back to 12 inches. I've got to finish the handle, but I'm comfortable that I can get this blade done tomorrow.
Goals for today are get the blade cleaned up and ground, and then move to working on the handle. Got the bevel ground in. Now I'm gonna start working on getting this handle fit up. I'll glue these 2 pieces together, do some sculpting. I'm actually gonna make it a little bit smaller than I would because I plan on doing a wrap. Have a little bit of time left, so start working on shaping the guard. Doing a little fit on the guard. I'm happy with the shape overall. Tomorrow's gonna be final assembly, glue up, all that fun stuff. Yeah, I'm just glad Will hasn't shown up so far. I'm glad there's no more parameters. I got plenty of them. Yeah, that'll work.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the keel test. Well, your Zanmadaos aren't pocket knives. They definitely look very long. But what kind of lethal damage can they do? To find that out, I will take your weapons, deliver some slashes and killing blows on this boar carcass. Dick, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right, Dick, let's talk about your weapon here. Now, the design you have, I was expecting a little bit more of a curve. Because of a straighter blade, it feels more like I'm chopping before I'm drawing. But as you can see, You will kill.
Thank you.
All right, Josh, your turn. So you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, Josh, let's talk about your blade here. The balance is good. In as much as I can feel the power in there, I can wield this weapon and develop some speed and power. And the curvature that you have here does exactly what this kind of design is meant to do. Every cut was very deep on this carcass, enough to where it cut all the way through. And more importantly, you'll kill.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, welcome to the strength test. Now, to test the strength and overall construction of your blades, I'll be chopping into the pots and into this horse skull. Now, remember, gentlemen, this is not about what your blades do to the targets. This is about what those targets are going to do to your blades. Nick, you're up. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Nick, so there's not really any chipping or rolling that I can feel. It's just sort of lost its fine edge.
Yes, sir.
Most of these weapons have a bit more of a curve, and this, it's got about as slight a curve as I could call a curve.
Yes, sir.
It's a very, very flexible blade, but it did well, so nicely done.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Josh.
Let's do it.
So Josh, very well crafted blade, which I like. The guard, the dimensions, the size and the shape of the handle, all really beautiful. Unfortunately though, we've got some rolling on the edge of this blade. You hear that? Yes, so you put an incredibly fine edge on this, and it showed in the kill test. But not so good for hitting pots. It's a great feeling weapon, but yeah, it did take that edge damage.
All right, bladesmith, now it's time to find out how sharp your blades are. This is the sharpness test, the dual Sandman slice. Now, unlike the strength test, this is all about what the edge of your blade does to these Sandmen. Nick, you're up first. Ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Swing! All right, Nick, let's talk about your blade here. As you can see, it cut the arms, cut the legs, disemboweled the rice off the torso. Overall, sir, it will cut.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Josh, your turn. So you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, Josh. This is a cutter. Just the design of it really lends itself to really draw cut. The cuts are very deep and they're very clean when you're cutting through. The rolling it took did not affect its cutting ability. So overall, sir, it will cut.
Thank you.
Bladesmiths, the judges' deliberation is complete. They've made their final decision. The new Forged in Fire champion is Josh. Congratulations. Nick, your blade didn't make the cut. Doug Markite is going to tell you why.
Nick, the Zamandao was designed to be a horse slayer or chopper. The amount of flex you have on your blade and the lack of curvature made it perform less than that of your competitor.
All right, Nick, at this time, please leave the forge. Come on forward, my friend.
I may not be the Forged in Fire champion, but by no means do I consider myself a loser.
Congratulations, dude.
The sword that I made is something that I am extremely proud of, and when it came down to the decision, today just wasn't my day.
Congratulations, Josh. You were the Forge and Fire champion, and that's a title that comes with a check for $10,000. Come on forward, shake our hands.
I'm Forge and Fire champion, and I don't even know what to think right now. It's something that I can show my kids, that if you put your mind to something 100%, you can really accomplish something.
Bobby, Will, congratulations. You guys are in the third and final round of this competition. When you came here, you tore down our Great Wall to make your signature blades that have propelled you into this third round. And now it's time for a little payback as we send you back to your home forges to recreate this iconic weapon from history. You ready to see what it is?
Yes.
Yes, sir. All right, that weapon is the Chinese war sword. Ooh. All right, gents, do your best work. We'll see you in 4 days.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Good luck to you, too.
It's day one, back in Hodgenville at the home forge. I've got a Chinese war sword to make. This thing is huge. All my forging's done by hand, so it's gonna be a challenge. Starting off with a piece of 5160 spring steel. I've got a lot of metal to move. That's gonna take a minute. Normally, I like to forge the tang first, so I'm gonna lay in my shoulders, start getting my tang drawn out to its final length. I'm working my way up the blade, and the hammerhead falls off. Luckily, I've got plenty of hammers, so I knock a handle off and put an old crossbeam head on this one. And the second crossbeam is broken. And all I have is a 6.5-pound sledge. Till Forged and Fire starts, that's when the hammers start falling apart. Right now, I'm really missing the press in the judge's forge.
There is an extremely long list of things to get done today. A quench would just be a blessing all the way around. Let's get cracking. One of the iconic features of this sword is it has a hole up on the pierced clip point, but you always take the chance of creating a crack when you're drilling that close to the edge. That made it a whole lot lighter. Now it's time to do the heat treat. I fill up my quench tube with fresh quench oil. I got my blade heated up. I dip my blade and go straight into the jig. I've got a fully quenched Chinese war sword. Oh, thank you, Lord. I'm gonna let it temper tonight, and tomorrow I'm ready to start on the handle and keep moving forward.
I've got a lot of work to do. First thing I've got to do today is start drawing out this blade. It's nowhere near the parameters, but I did repair my crossbeam hammer, so hopefully that holds up. Right now, I'm drawing out at about 1 inch an hour. I've got like 20 minutes left today, and a huge crack has opened up behind my ricasso. That's not good. I have developed a major crack right at the most vulnerable point in my handle. My gut reaction is to jump on the welder and seal up this crack the best I can, but I might be able to think of a better way to repair this, so I'm gonna just stop and try to come at this problem again tomorrow. This crack is just gonna be over my head all night.
It's the morning of day 4. Now I'm ready to start putting an edge on this blade. This is an extremely long blade, so it's gonna be a challenge to sharpen this. Got an edge put on it. I want to test my edge geometry to see if it's the edge I'm looking for. So we're gonna try just a simple gallon jug slice here. I get a good, smooth, clean cut. There's no issues, no problems. Good deal. The leather wrap is the way to go. I don't want this handle to have any chance coming undone. I am gluing this one wrap at a time. Actually looks pretty good. I'm done. A little bit nervous. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but the excitement is much more than anything else.
It's day 4. I'm gonna have to MIG weld this crack to keep it from getting any worse. Then I'm gonna create a mechanically connected sand mine. I'm gonna take 2 pieces of mild steel and weld them and rivet them onto the sides to create a new handle. They're gonna be my guard, gonna be my pommel, and they're gonna make sure my blade doesn't break into 2 pieces. With the remaining time left, I've gotta get started making this handle. I slap these handles on, they're gluing up. Whew, this has been the longest and shortest 4 days of my life. I wish I had more time to focus on the details, but at the end of the day, it meets parameters, it's safe, and it functions.
All right, bladesmiths, welcome to the kill test. To find out what kind of lethal damage your weapon will do, I will take your Chinese war sword and deliver one strike on this ram carcass. Let's see how deadly they are. Bobby, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this.
My heart's just bouncing out of my chest. You've got the skin, you've got the bones, you've got the hide. I only get one shot at this ram carcass?
All right, Bobby. One and done. As much as this is very intimidating in its look, it is crafted nicely. It's got a beautiful look to its finish. The balance is just right for a two-handed sword. A little forward heavy, but it tells you that's where the power is. Your edge is sharp. Even cutting through the spine and bones, no issues, no glinting, no rolls. Overall, sir, your Chinese war sword will kill.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Will, your turn. Ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Doug picks up my weapon, and at this point, all the nerves are out the window. I'm just excited. He's walking towards this ram's carcass, and I'm ready to see it fly right through.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Right, Will, let's talk about your Chinese war sword here. First up is a very bulky handle. It's rounded. So as you get a good grip on it, you can feel it start to spread my hands around. But the wrapping that you put around it does allow me to get a good grip on it, so good on that. And one shot, one kill. Overall, sir, your weapon, it will kill.
Thank you, sir.
Ooh, I just felt a frightening chill. Must be the strength test. Jay?
You boys remember me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Ice Block Chop. This is going to test not only your edge and your heat treat, but the overall construction of your swords. Now, what your blades do to the ice, I'm not too concerned about. I want to see what the ice is going to do to your blades. Bobby, up first. How you feeling?
Ready to go.
Me too. Let's do it.
This is not just an ice block. This thing's a glacier. Jay can't wait to start swinging that thing. He's going to do it with everything he has in him. I just don't know how it's going to hold up.
Great job, Bobby. Still razor sharp. No rolls, no glints, nothing. Everything's still tight. I mean, one of the swings, I was able to split that block. So it's got good feel. Just nice job overall.
Thank you.
Okay, Will, how you feeling?
I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Okay, I'm just excited, so.
This is gonna be brutal. I'm really worried about the crack in my tang right now. Chopping through a block that big is so tough. If there are any compromises in my blade, this is where they're gonna show their head.
Well, we got a problem, Will.
A big problem, sir.
Right where you did your very rough hollow grind, there's a couple dark spots right in here. And with that thin spot right there, it was enough to allow that blade to just snap right in half on the first swing. So, did not survive, but good effort.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Will, sometimes this competition is full of tough breaks, and you've had one on the first strike against this ice block in our strength test. Unfortunately, we cannot continue testing your blade against your opponents. And for that reason, I'd like to invite you to shake our hands, shake your opponent's hand, and then please leave the forge to your right. Come on, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Excellent work, dude.
Thank you, brother. It's tough, Having a blade break is obviously, it's a tremendous failure. But at the end of the day, I did the best I could with the tools I had, and I'm still proud of the piece that I put forward. This competition has given me the inspiration to move forward and challenge myself in new ways.
Bobby, you are the Forged in Fire champion, and that's the title that comes with a check for $10,000. Good job, brother. Come on forward, my friend. Great job, great work.
I feel on top of the world right now.
That's a great piece, man. That was fun to swing.
This is not just a win for me. This is a win for my family, my friends, the other smiths that I teach in the forge. This goes a long ways for our whole community.